Dancing freestyle. It's Robert Irwin.
I am walking a path that my sister forged, and it's been a great honour to do that.
If I push any harder, my body's going to break.
Dancing the jive relay. It's Robert Irwin and Sochi Gomez versus Alex Earle and Joey Grazadale. Dancing the foxtrot. With his partner Whitney Carson, it's Robert Irwin. Dancing the jive. With his partner Whitney Carson, it's Robert Irwin. Dancing the tango. With his partner Whitney Carson, it's Robert Irwin. Dancing the salsa. With his partner Whitney Carson, it's Robert Irwin. Dancing the cha-cha. With his partner Whitney Carson, it's Robert Irwin. Dancing contemporary. With his partner Whitney Carson, it's Robert Irwin. Dancing jazz. With his partner Whitney Carson, it's Robert Irwin.
Hey guys, it's Jordan Sparks. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are continuing on with our reactions to season 34 of Dancing with the Stars, and today we have Robert Irwin, and he's going to be performing his week 1 jive today. So let's check it out.
Dancing the jive. With his partner Whitney Carson, it's Robert Irwin.
Very on brand for him so far.
Looking for adventure in whatever comes our way.
I'm loving the intro so far, from jumping off of the Jeep to that heel slide to tearing off the shirt, and he just has the most infectious, charismatic energy. I'm here for it. Let's get back into it.
Yeah, darling, gonna make it happen. Take the world in a loving embrace.
He's such a cornball.
Like a true lazy style. We were born to be wild. We can climb.
Okay, so far that section looked pretty tight. It looked pretty good. His timing is pretty good.
Born to be wild. We can climb so high. Never gonna die.
He needs a little bit more sharpness and strength, but you can tell that strength is in him. He's a strong person. He just needs to know what to engage and how. There's just like a little bit of something goofy about his movement quality that's giving like dad at the office party vibes. Yeah, it's like on time, his movement, but it feels like it's lacking, like it's a little bit behind, but it's just because it's lacking that sharpness right on the beat. But aside from that, he's really in sync with his partner. He's doing a great job. He's performing. It's very over the top and exciting. I'm loving it. What a cheese ball. I loved it. It was super entertaining. What did you guys think of his jive? Let me know down in the comments below. I thought that it was nice and refreshing after watching the 2 cha-chas that I watched before filming this video. So this was nice and refreshing. Let me know what you guys thought down in the comments below.
Everybody, move your feet and feel united. Oh.
So for this week, for week 2, it is One Hit Wonders, and they gave this handsome golden retriever of a man a tango. Okay, so for week 2, he is definitely going to be challenged to a lot more formal kind of ballroom technique in this tango here. Right off the top, doesn't really have the same kind of energy as his opening night dance did, but that one truly rocked Dancing with the Stars. As we heard from the judges, that was one of the best opening night performances of all time, which I would have to agree with. Just looking at the YouTube views alone, like, a lot of people have been thinking that this franchise was dying over the last several years. Meanwhile, Robert's performance is one of like the top 5 performances of all time from Dancing with the Stars already, and it's only been out for a week.
Sing, 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 sing my song, and you sing along, and all of your troubles are dead and gone. Don't stop, don't stop.
Okay, so he's very sharp. That's very good. Nice and strong. A little too distracting with the faces. It's the same thing that we say to competition dancers. Don't like lip sync and don't leave your mouth wide open the entire time you're dancing. Like a big expression is fine here and there, but
Everybody,
it's a bit much.
the beat, I can't stop. I can't stop the beat. I won't stop. I won't stop the beat. Everybody.
I do gotta say, my favorite thing about him though is he is so exuberating with joy. Exuberating? Is that even a word? I think it is. But he's full of exuberance. You can see the joy on this man. He's having so much fun, and if he's not, at least it looks like he is.
Move your feet and feel united. Oh, everybody.
It's just the faces that are a bit much. He's absolutely killing it, and I don't think that he would be such like a cornball, such a ham without the faces, so I'm not gonna complain about it too much.
Feet and feel united. Oh.
Nice strong finish there. Love the little knee turn spin. Very strong. Overall, great performance. It was very strong. It was hard hitting. He was sharp. He got the footwork pretty well. There was a couple little moments there where they were not completely in sync, but that's fine. And like I said, I'm not going to complain anymore about. Overall, I think that Whitney and Robert absolutely killed it again this week. I did like the premiere night dance a little bit more. It was more exciting and it was so on brand, and it was his premiere to the stage and he absolutely killed it. But just like the energy of that jive was so fun and exciting. So I definitely like that one more, to be completely honest, but he slayed. Round of applause. I'm still giving a 7 to this performance. Now I have to go watch the episode. Now that I'm done reacting to the videos, I'm just gonna go watch the episode and see what the judges had to say. But I thought they killed it. Let me know what you guys thought of Robert and Whitney down in the comments below.
Dancing the salsa with his partner Whitney Carson, it's Robert Irwin.
Okay, deep smolder work. Okay, I'm feeling it. They're giving like Danny and Sandy from Grease vibes. Okay, powerful arms. Living for it, very masculine, loving it. Okay, white boy, work. Okay, we're gonna get a little thrashy with this one. Okay, hello. Okay, you know what? If he's going to, I will too. He's such a stud though. Like, why is he so jacked and handsome? In the last two numbers, I feel like we got more of a goofball version, and today we're getting like husband material. Okay, he's hot. He's definitely confident. I'm loving this style on him. I'm loving like the sexy smolder. In terms of the actual salsa component, he's a little bit stiff and kind of powerful and lacking that like smooth finesse to the hips that makes it salsa. But overall, killed it. My biggest takeaway from this video is how handsome he looks when he takes his shirt off with those big shoulders and those giant muscles. Like, hello. husband me up. Just kidding, he's married and has children. But anyways, he slayed this TikTok night. This is probably one of my favorites so far, but let me know what you guys thought of Robert Irwin down in the comments below. Was this your favorite number? Was week 1 or week 2 your favorite? Let me know. So far, he is definitely the fan favorite for this season. But what did you think of Robert Irwin's TikTok night salsa? Let me know down in the comments. All right, so this is Robert's Disney night cha-cha. Oh, we love a bedazzled stripper pole. I love that for you, Robert. Great look for you. Okay, already fun vibes.
I messed up tonight. I lost another fight. Lost to myself.
Looks like every dad on vacation.
But I'll just start again. I keep falling down. I keep putting in the ground. I always get up now to see what's next.
He's such a sassy Manx.
Birds don't just fly. They fall down and get up.
He reminds me so much of somebody that I went to college with that I am not going to name here, but
Nobody learns without getting it.
killing it, loving his upper body posturing, his upper body strength, and the way that he fully commits to his numbers. Why wasn't this man on the Disney Channel? Like, couldn't you be raising alligators on the Disney Channel? So far, they're very, like, sharp and very together. Doesn't he just have the most infectious smile, though? At least he sells every number, right? He's so dramatic. I'm here for it. They nailed it, and he's just the cutest thing ever. I can't get over him. And correction, because I said in one of my previous videos that he was married and has a child. Apparently he is not married, nor does he have a child. Hi, Robert. I also heard that he's like 21 or in his like early 20s, which I also didn't know that either. I thought he was older than that. But anyways, I thought that he slayed this number in the most like likable Disney Channel dad fashion. He reminds me so much of like just an older brother from like Hannah Montana or iCarly. Like those are the vibes that he's giving me. Love him. My absolute favorite. Rooting for him. Let me know what you guys thought of him in this Disney number.
They'll see in time.
Stop, I'm gonna cry. I already feel like I'm watching an old episode of So You Think You Can Dance.
Come stop your crying, it will be
Already very emotional.
alright. Just take my hand, hold it tight. I will.
He's so expressive, and I think that's my favorite thing about him, but it's nice to see him expressing himself in a more sincere, dramatic way instead of always like the corny, entertaining, performative way that we always see him in. And just make sure to stretch that ankle and point that foot just a little bit more. Gorgeous, let's get back into it.
Protect you from all around you. I will be here, don't you cry. 'Cause you'll
Incredible partnering. He has a very masculine way of moving and just a very masculine energy about him, which makes him the perfect male partner.
be in my heart. Yes, you'll be in my.
Like, look at those lifts. Absolutely elegant, so weightless and effortless, but also his contractions and releases. That's something that I wouldn't expect from an untrained dancer. So great job, Robert. Let's get back into it.
My heart. From this day on, now and forever.
Again, he is moving like such a pro here. I'm so impressed. Their musicality and timing together is excellent. Again, just stretch those ankles.
More. When destiny calls you, you must be strong. I'm
I love it. He is so weightless out there, and this is such a beautiful tribute to his mom.
But you got to hold on, they'll see in time.
Again, gorgeous timing and musicality. Everything that they do together is so in sync. It's giving competition, it's giving ready, it's giving fierce, it's giving who else is falling in love with Robert along the journey of watching this season of So You Think You Can Dance. I just love him. He is the sweetest boy.
I know you showed them together.
Again, with the gorgeous contractions and releases.
'Cause you'll be in my heart always.
Stop, I'm gonna cry.
Always.
Oh, that was the absolute sweetest, making me emotional here. He is like my favorite contestant that's ever been on this show, I fear. I absolutely love him. He did a gorgeous job with this one. I think that this was my favorite dance that he has done so far this season. I love the dedication to his mom and the tribute. I love that it was contemporary. I love that he is just excelling in every style, but he just has such great musicality, and he's such a great partner, and he has such a great, like, go-getter energy when it's coming towards trying new things and really committing to them. And I think that he's doing an excellent job, and I hope that he wins this season, to be completely frank. But what did you guys think?
Dancing through life, skimming the surface, gliding where turf.
He has such stage presence, and he has no problem just piercing his eyes straight down the barrel of the camera. The boy wants to connect with you.
Skimming the surface, gliding where turf is smooth. Life's more painless for the brainless. Why think too?
And he looks fucking phenomenal in this suit, though. So tailored, and you can still see the jacked shoulders, and it's like a nice custom fit.
When it's so soothing, dancing through life, swaying and sweeping, and always keeping.
And navy blue is definitely his color.
Swaying and sweeping, and always keeping cool. Life.
Okay, hot tamale. Really going changing that whole brand appeal into Magic Mike this season on Dancing with the Stars. I see he's like the golden retriever Magic Mike. I'm here for it. Also, Whitney, she looks absolutely gorgeous, stunning doll.
Keeping cool.
Did he just wink at me?
Those who try never look foolish. Dancing through life, mindless and careless. Make sure you're wearless. Trouble is wrong.
So good, so sharp, so strong. The stage presence, just like every number he's done so far this season, has just been unmatched. Somebody give this boy a Broadway show when he's done here. Like, I would love to see him fronting a Broadway show as the star vehicle that gets everybody in the doors, the same way that they did with Daniel Radcliffe in How to Succeed in Show Business. Like, I feel like he could carry a show like that. He would do great.
Woes are fleeting, blows are glancing when you're dancing.
And he's obviously loving every single minute of his life on the show.
Through life.
Like, when I watch him, I get this feeling that he has this inner Lucas Grabeel from High School Musical, like the twin brother of Sharpay. That's him. I feel like that was just yearning inside him, waiting to come out, and this is his opportunity. Nice.
Dancing through life.
I feel like he messed up a second there. This is such a full-on Broadway spectacle.
If only because dust is what we come to. Nothing matters, but knowing nothing matters. It's just life.
I feel like Selena Gomez in the beginning of her crush stages of Justin Bieber, where I'm like, can't tell if I see him as like a little brother, if I'm in love with him.
It's just life.
That was so good. That was like a Broadway level performance. And what do you think? Let's give a special shout out to Whitney because she's been helping this man out throughout this entire season, and we don't give her enough credit because we're focusing on the actual contestants here on this show. But Whitney is phenomenal, and she's gorgeous, and her stage presence is just unreal as well. Such a great partnership, and I feel like the partnership that you get on this show is so important to determine how well you're going to go throughout the entire season, because you really need that energy and that camaraderie in between you and your partner. Like JoJo Siwa and Jenna, for example, like she totally brought the best out of her in that season. But anyways, I thought that this was so good, phenomenal. Robert absolutely slayed in this. He looked so cute, so handsome as well. I'll invite him to my wedding. Please come, be the groom.
Dancing the Argentine tango with his partner Whitney Carson, it's Robert Irwin.
The Argentine tango. So I'm not sure what this theme is yet, but it's honestly kind of giving me Phantom of the Opera vibes, from like the smoky waterline eyeliner to the slicked hair to the staging with the roses, but let's get back into it. Okay, so far it's very abrupt, hard-hitting for an Argentine tango. It's almost giving contemporary. I'm here for it. I always love the Halloween and the horror night numbers. They're always my favorite. Like, that's when they slay the most. Okay, very intimate. See all those articles that went up about Robert Irwin refusing to wear a gay pin, and now there's a whole bunch of backlash towards him, and he's saying that he doesn't have to be performative about it and shouldn't be forced into wearing it. As a gay man, I completely agree. You do you, boo. There are so many other ways to show your support than to be forced to wear a piece of symbolism. Do you see me wearing an LGBTQ pin? I don't need to wear that everywhere I go, and I'm gay. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if he is gay. But that has nothing to do with how you decide to represent LGBTQ and what you choose to do versus what you're forced to do. Let's get back into it. Gorgeous partnering Whitney. Love the back bend. So good. Something just feels slightly off, to be completely honest, about his footwork, just like the timing. Okay, this piece is really showing off Whitney because she is slaying, so that means great partnering on Robert's behalf. The neck crack. This is such a sultry, sexy number. Okay, I love the hard-hittingness of that. I love that it was so theatrical, and my biggest takeaway from this number is that he did a fantastic job as a male partner highlighting Whitney in this number. This was the first number that I saw where he didn't stand out too much to me. I thought that he did a great job, excellent job for the Argentine tango, fantastic job with the partnering, but was this my favorite number this season? Not by a long shot, but let me know what your guys' opinions are of this number. Again, no Robert Irwin hate. Okay, spicy. It looked like he was wearing a crop top and that was his stomach hanging out at first, but I was like, wait, what? Okay, cool. Okay, strong so far. Okay. Okay, nice. I feel like it was a little bit stumbly in some parts at the very beginning. He could be a little bit more confident coming down the stairs there. Boom, boom, ba-dum. Okay, very spicy. Very impressive. That kip up, okay, work. That is difficult, especially on that floor in those shoes, and very nice job. Very nice, very strong. Very nice, super strong ending there.
Robert and Whitney with a White Stripes Paso doble.
All right, you guys, I absolutely loved that performance. It's giving very traditional Paso doble. He definitely has great contractions, isolations, and releases. I was saying this right from the very beginning, that was something that stood out to me, that I wouldn't expect the contractions from a very beginner dancer. And I feel like if he just put focus on the fingers and his hands, that would just take it to the whole other level. I think Robert's is my favorite of the entire night to watch, and then Alex's, she absolutely crushed it as well.
Olay! Listen, Robert the Matador! Yeah! You didn't just dominate, you owned this arena. Love the cape work at the beginning, the knee walks, that kip up. I see you.
Thank you, man.
Thank you. There's a little hiccup over there, but overall, my guy, that was fantastic.
Yeah, he was a classic traditional matador. I feel like part of this hiccup they didn't show because I'm wondering if it was coming out of those knee walks before the kip up, because they just kind of like panned away from him and we didn't see. But those knee walks were great and the kip up was great. I just didn't really see any mess up that I'm remembering.
I don't care what nobody say, but you are the brand new Fred Astaire out here.
Putting on the Ritz. Flava Flav. Yeah, that is a huge compliment. Fred Astaire is one of my biggest inspirations of my life.
Yo, I love the performance. You know what I'm saying? You guys were absolutely amazing.
He's so sweet to watch. I absolutely love him. He reminds me of so many people that I have in my life that I'm just like, I don't know. I can't help but to love him, but I don't know if it's just because I love all the people that he reminds me of as well.
Okay, the thunder from down under has unleashed a grandiose Paso doble. You really dominated the proceeding all the way through, and thank you for giving it the classic interpretation.
Yeah, I did. I did dominate that, didn't I? His outfits are always so fabulous. Like, what is this? Chainmail shirt, I guess, underneath a blazer? Like, I got nothing on you. I'm, like, going to my 80s office. I don't know what this vibe is, but he's so cute. I just want to keep him.
No messing around. It was a superb Paso doble. Okay, carry on.
Incredible choreography, incredible content. Robert, you have something that's happening that can take you to the finish line. It's called momentum. Momentum. You are in the zone.
Yeah, he does have momentum, and he's just making so much improvement. And see, positive comments coming from Carrie-Anne. See, why do people boo her before she even talks?
It was just such a privilege to do that dance. This was the hardest week in rehearsals by far.
And he takes his rehearsals so seriously. He's so intense and so committed. He would be such a good contestant to work with if you were one of the professionals, don't you think?
Carrie-Anne Inabe.
9!
Derek Huff.
9!
Flavor Flav. Bruno Tognoni.
You walked.
Okay, very simplistic, modest costumes today. Well, modest for Robert's. I guess Whitney's isn't exactly modest at all.
Me, footprints in the sand, and help me understand where I'm going.
It almost looked like Whitney was off there. I'm loving her costume. The sleeves, gorgeous.
Just when I thought I lost my way, you gave me strength.
He looks like he is very focused today, so this one must be a very challenging number and challenging style to pick up.
Carry on. That's when I heard you say, I've grown.
Gorgeous footwork there and going into that partner section. A great job from both of them.
Missing you, but I'm always there. When your heart is filled with sadness and despair.
Again with the gorgeous partnering and great job from Whitney.
I'll carry you when you need a ride. You're fun now.
Nice job using the hands. Beautiful. So I like that he presents himself and you can see that he's ready to be the supportive male partner there. A little bit slenching in the neck. Trying to keep this area long and presented at all times.
You're fun now, footprints in.
Bindi! Aw, I was not expecting this.
Robert and Whitney with a foxtrot and an appearance.
Absolutely beautiful. I love that both his mother and Bindi have come out on stage now to be honored, and it looks like they're giving a slideshow in honor of his dad on the ballroom.
Appearance by his sister, Bindi.
Beautiful. And just from this shot here, you can actually see his shoes and how they've made them appropriate for dancing in. Well, that was touching, an absolutely beautiful performance, a gorgeous tribute to his dad, and so exciting to see Bindi out there as well.
That knee slide has definitely become his signature move this season, hasn't it? He's going to be doing that one till he's 95 years old, every wedding.
You shine so bright, yeah. I was wondering if you and me could spend a minute on the floor up and close.
Nice job on the footwork, nice job keeping the upper body strong and clean as well. That was perfect. Gorgeous, giving Hairspray vibes.
Lost in it, I won't give up without a fight. I just wanna.
He's so good and he's so cute. Okay, for one, the height, the clearance on that straddle leap over top of her, absolutely insane. And smart dancer checked behind him to make sure that his staging and his blocking was correct and that he was centered for the camera before he went into this section. The face is absolutely animated. He's absolutely killing it. The choreography, literally, I'm not kidding when I said, give this man a Broadway show. Like, do it. Okay, again, absolutely sharp, nailing the footwork.
Just want you to dance with me tonight.
Wow, that was a brain pretzel. That arm choreography, great job. But yeah, I'm not kidding. He has the same kind of star quality and the ability to pick up the choreography and sell it that Zac Efron had when he was younger. Like Zac Efron in the Hairspray High School Musical era, that is the kind of energy that Robert is serving for me. You could give him a 1950s movie as the leading man. Casting directors, if you're listening, I'm sure he would take a little hiatus from his zoo. If you give him a leading role in a movie, do it, he can take it.
Getting sweaty, hot and heavy in the crowd now. Loosen up and let your hands go downtown. Go with it, girl, yeah, just close your eyes.
So cute, loving her costume. I'm always like, how tiny is she? Like, She looks itty bitty, like she could fit in my hand. She reminds me of, oh, what was that dancer from White Christmas? Oh, she was my absolute favorite. Vera Ellen, that was her name. Incredible dancer, but she's just like a tiny little skinny mini, just like Alex. But if you've never seen White Christmas, I absolutely recommend it. It's a timeless movie. It is like a 1950s movie, so if that's going to be like a culture shock for you to watch, do it anyways because it is a timeless classic. The performances in there are like absolute Broadway worthy performances. They're timeless. They're amazing still to this day. But Vera Ellen in that movie, so good. That's the kind of vibes that Alex is
Yeah,
giving.
just close your eyes. Yeah. Feel the music running through your body. Looking at you, I can tell you want me.
Great job and nice job rolling up through that arch. For her, the same note that I give to a lot of dancers on the show and just always in my videos, shoulders up, back, down, and connected throughout the scapula, engaging them so that they're not hunching and that they're not riding up to your ears.
Tell you want me. Don't stop, keep going till the morning light. I just wanna
Okay, so good. Both her and Robert in those sections that they did where it is just straight up jive. So good, they killed it.
I just want you to dance with me tonight. Everybody, come on.
She could be a little bit more full out with her arms, using more energy in the hands, but more so just extending the elbows a little bit further.
I just want you to dance with me tonight. Yeah.
That last section, I was like, wow, is he going to take her out to the floor?
Dancing the jive with his partner Whitney Carson, it's Robert Irwin.
He's always making an entrance. That's one thing I've got to say. Like, this man knows how to make an entrance. He's always jumping or sliding or kicking off of something. And I was saying in a couple of my previous videos that that knee slide has become his token move this season. It's in most of his entrances at this point. Okay, nice. It's nice to be seeing him doing a jive again. Somebody pointed out there was a very good tip that they gave for him in one of my comments. And they said 3 notes to both dancers. And they're referring to Robert Irwin and Alex Earl when they did their relay jive. And they said, 1, they are missing the pendulum hip action signature to jive. 2, in Latin dance, there's a stretch between your hip and opposite pectoral muscle that is also missing. Number 3, there is a contraction and release during the jive kicks and whenever you bring your knee up that also is not there. Robert is getting some of the sharpness of jive, so kudos to him and triple steps. Goes to show how much good presentation can mask bad technique to non-ballroom dancers. And I thought that this was a very precise and pinpointed tip, but it definitely is accurate. And this you can actually see in this one profile shot here with Whitney and Robert. He's kind of sloughing straight through, but he looks like he's doing an amazing job, and they were just pointing out that that's something you're not going to see unless you're like a really trained eye. So if you're not too familiar with the jive is basically all about like this bounce action. That's why the jive gets like that high energy, bouncy, Energizer Rabbit kind of look, especially when Robert Irwin does it. But it's basically about this constant like upward springing bounce that's created by bending and straightening your knees. So if you know what a plie is, it's basically a really bouncy plie, and it happens on every count in a jive. So it's not just on your rock step. And like I said, it's like energizing, bouncy. That's the kind of main feel of a jive. But like essentially you've got your 1-2 count, which is your rock step. So think like back replace or ball change. And then you've got your 3-4, which is a triple step to the side. And then your 5-6, which is a triple step to the other side. And that's basically the fundamentals of like your basic rhythm and what the overall feel is of a jive. So hopefully that helps kind of make sense of a few things. But yeah, it's basically rock steps, triple steps, really tight footwork, and just being high energy and bouncy on every count. But let's get back into it. Nice barrel turn, but I love that section afterwards. I don't know if it's because it's 2:30 in the morning or because I'm just enjoying this performance, but I'm like, you could do no wrong in my eyes. He's just so high energy. Oh, I loved that one. I love a good Prince moment. I don't know, I think he's nailing it, especially this section right here, but like the end of this section, so good. They're so tight with the footwork in this. He's really getting that, like, I don't know how you'd explain it. Not just like he's got the stamina, he's got the strength, but it's just like the tightness. I don't know another word to explain it. That was so smooth. That's right.
Robert and Whitney!
Well, I don't know. I feel like this is one of my favorites so far. He's just getting so professional. He's really getting like those staccato movements are really sharp. He's got the energy. It makes him look like a professional the way he's so tight out there. But I love him. I loved the costume. I thought he slayed. Super duper handsome. Let's see what he got for scores.
Robert and Whitney! Come on now. All right. Come on up here, y'all. Come on up here. Bruno, take it away. I mean, so pumped up, so energized, and at the same time in control. You never put a foot wrong. The choreography, splendid. Superstar jive.
When you dance with your full body, your full charisma. It's like you're not like hitting the steps. You're like pop, 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 pop. And the slow moment, the flip over.
You demand to be in the finale. When you dance like that, so clean, so sharp, so buoyant, so fun, so amazing. You're just freaking amazing.
I love you.
Amazing.
I've never sweat so much in my entire life. Feels like this is what I live for.
Let's get your scores. That's a 10.
10, 10, 10. Perfect scores.
First perfect score of the night. How are you feeling?
Thank you.
Dancing the Viennese waltz with his partner Whitney Carson, it's Robert Irwin.
The star who earned a perfect 30 for his jive performs a Viennese waltz. Here are Robert and Whitney in training.
Oh, right. He got a perfect score on The Last Dance. I'm also obsessed with this lavender and purple vibe going on here.
This is the dance that could get us into the finale.
Little 11-year-old me would be screaming right now.
I love that Robert dreamed of being on this show his entire life. He's not just a celebrity that was tossed on this show because they were famous. He watched his sister go on here, he watched his sister win, and he dreamed of being on here himself, and hopefully winning too.
Oh. You know, when you're little and you enter the Dancing with the Stars ballroom, my eyes are just so wide. It all just seems so enormous. But having this...
He was such a little baby.
Having this experience for myself, it actually feels 10 times bigger. But now, in the semi-finals, it's time to write our own story, and it's time to create my own legacy.
I love how similar our style is because I have a shirt that looks exactly like this white one that he's wearing that looks like a doily. And I also have a denim button-up shirt that looks exactly like that denim one. We're practically twins.
There's no room for anything other than perfect. I just want to pour my heart and soul into it. Let's go.
Viennese waltz. It's a lot of rotation.
Oh my God.
There are such high stakes.
Crap.
So it really has to be perfect.
He's so sweet. I love him so much. I love that we get to see his rehearsal in this clip.
The difficult part about Viennese waltz for Robert is the footwork and the technique. So that there's no stumbles and there's no falls.
Yeah, Viennese waltz is not something that you're going to be able to learn overnight. You have to look like you're literally floating.
Get into it. It's just the character.
The hardest part of this Viennese waltz is the fact that I have to be so passionate and intense with Whitney. That's just not our dynamic.
I feel like they are always passionate and intense, but it's always like a happy, exuberant energy over the top kind of intense.
This is weird.
Closer, like...
This show has been everything to me, and we have hit a lot of challenges along the way.
I love how they always show them in the rehearsal, just like at their absolute worst and disheveled, and they're just screwing up absolutely everything, and then they go on stage and they're perfect. So if you're not familiar with a Viennese waltz, which is the style of waltz in this video that Robert is going to be dancing to, so you've got your regular waltz, which is usually a lot slower, like think 28 to 30 measures per minute, versus your Viennese waltz, which is basically twice that pace, so you're going like 50 to 60 measures per minute. So that means that the Viennese waltz is stylized by like constant moving, no dramatic pauses, no dramatic dips and stuff like that. It's a constant high pace. Now, a Viennese waltz still uses the same timing structure as a waltz, so it's still a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And aside from that waltz timing, there's only 2 steps basically to a Viennese waltz that it needs to incorporate in order for it to be a Viennese waltz, and that is turning to the right, which is called a natural turn, and then you've got your turns to the left, which is just called a reverse turn, and you're just doing that while you're doing your waltz in your 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 timing. And the framing is very similar to a waltz, like strong presented, long lifted spine, very connected with your partner. You can add a bit of a sway to it so that you don't look so stiff. So those are basically just some basic fundamentals so that you understand the Viennese waltz. Just think of like a fast-moving, rotating waltz. And that's basically all you need to know.
Tonight, if we get this right, we're on to the finale, and that will be the ultimate dream come true.
Okay, so it looks like he's going to be wearing another Hawaiian dad on vacation outfit for this one.
Dancing the Viennese waltz with his partner Whitney Carson, it's Robert Irwin.
Or a dad on a Hawaiian vacation, rather, not a Hawaiian dad. An Australian dad on a Hawaiian vacation. An Australian man who lives in... An Australian transplanted to America, man. An Australian dad who transplanted to America on a Hawaiian vacation. In the 90s. That's the vibe. Okay, so he is not a dad on a Hawaiian vacation. He is actually wearing like the coolest blazer ever, and I want it for myself.
Looking so fine. No.
Okay, split. Amazing. Keep the shoulders down for Robert and chin up.
It's true. Remember the time we first met? That was good.
It's a mesh shirt. I love how they're always just like, how can we make him be shirtless or appear shirtless in every number? I don't mind.
You ain't seen nothing yet. Like a
Very strong and boxed through the shoulders and the support. So good. Whitney looks like a purple alphabet out there. I'm loving it. I love that her dress completely matched the blazer that he came in with. But I'm also sad that he threw away the blazer. Can you throw it away in my direction? Nice. That slide of the foot, that partnered section was so good. I feel like he's doing a great job in this, but I do feel like he did the jive a little bit better. It's not a Robert Irwin number without a knee slide. He didn't do it for an intro, so I guess it makes sense that we need to have it as the outro.
Robert and Whitney with a Viennese waltz. Oh yeah.
That was so good, but it doesn't have the scores in this video, so I need to see what he scored. Okay, I found the scores.
You delivered that one, dude. Go!
Oh, even his mesh shirt is purple and sparkly. I want his whole wardrobe from this show.
Go! Robert and Top Gun mode! He's like Tom Cruise! One blockbuster after...
How dare you compare my Robert Irwin to Tom Cruise? Yuck.
I want to see the sequel. I didn't want it to stop.
Thank you.
You'll do it in the final. Trust me. Trust me.
He will definitely be in the finals because he's going to be the last man standing. It is what it is. I don't make the rules.
You always deliver such fun, strong performances. This is the evolution of dance that I love watching in our contestants. You...
Means a lot. Thank
No,
you.
Richard, I'm so proud of you. I'm just so proud of you, and I think we all are.
He definitely is the epitome of evolution on this show. Someone in my comments was saying he hasn't been evolving, and I'm like, have you seen him nail every style? That is evolution, baby.
Get over here. Get over here, guys. I love you. The frame, you know.
I thought his frame was good in a lot of parts. Like, he had a really strong frame, was keeping the shoulders very strong and presented. He was doing good.
All right. Robert, I'll say I have 8 seconds. That was a ferocious Viennese waltz.
Obviously, I'm not going to argue with Derek. Derek has way more experience in ballroom than I do, but I thought that he did a good job.
The way you like just commanded that with your body, every fiber of your body dances, and I love that. But listen, I can't wait to see what you do in the final, buddy.
Thank you.
Let's see the scores.
Head on up to the skybox.
10!
9!
10!
He got a 29. I honestly was not expecting him to even score that well. He did a great job. And of course, Derek is the one that didn't score him perfect. But if we were comparing his jive to his Viennese waltz, I definitely have to say that the jive deserved the better score. So if they gave that one a perfect score, this one has to at least be like a 29.
All right, 29 out of 30 for Robert and Whitney's Viennese waltz. Their total for both dances is 59.
All right, you guys. Well, Robert killed it again. I can see why you guys wanted me to react to the Viennese waltz. This has got to be one of the most beautiful romantic pieces that he has done so far this season. And the Viennese waltz is not easy. This is not something that you can learn overnight. So he's absolutely killing it, floating on that stage. So beautiful. But let me know what you guys thought of Robert's Viennese waltz down in the comments below.
We made it to the finale. So proud of you. And you're at the top of the leaderboard.
Stop bringing it in.
Look at this.
Yeah, can we just have a moment, a round of applause, because I am so proud of Robert too for making it to the finale.
I've been dealing with rib pain. It's been getting worse progressively.
Do we take it easy today?
I'm not sure how you could creatively alter a Quickstep though to modify it in order to help an injured rib cage, because it's like that's kind of everything that you're doing throughout the entire dance. Amazing job coming down the staircase there. Great coordination. Great cheese ball smile.
1, 2, 3, take my hand and come with me. And I really want to make you mine.
The way he just smiles at every single time that they repartner. I love it. Super sharp so far in this. Doing an excellent job. I would never guess that he has a rib injury.
Like that, do you, honey?
I know you guys are gonna hate me for saying this, but the kip hop was a slight beat behind and a little bit of a fumble getting up onto his feet there. But it looks like he's being a little bit hesitant. Right after I said you could not tell that he's injured, it does look like he's being a little bit hesitant with his movement. Obviously, you're going to act a little bit hesitant if you're in so much pain. He hit the perfect frame. Great job. Your feet should look like they're glued together when you do that. Perfect, so good. Like glued together with your partner. Their synchronicity is so good. They obviously just like dance like one being out there after working together for this entire season. Nice. somebody noted that his head was all over the place last week, and I'm seeing him being very clear about keeping fixed eye lines and making sure that it's very clear where his face is and where his head is throughout this entire number. So I think maybe that critique got back to him.
I said, are you gonna be my girl?
Wait, is he just holding onto her neck for that? Ooh, I almost broke my headphones at the end. It's giving, hi, I'm Hillary Duff, and you're watching Disney Channel. No, I didn't practice my entire life for that moment.
Robert and Whitney! I catch crocodiles, and a crocodile's never managed to...
I catch crocodiles. Super casual, very relatable.
The instant dance is terrifying.
Here's how they train for this challenging routine.
So in the instant cha-cha, they basically had no idea what song that they were going to dance to or which style they even were going to dance to. So they basically had to try and prepare 4 different styles depending on whatever one that they randomly drew while they were blindfolded earlier in the season. And then they're given like 5 minutes in order for them to go learn a dance to this new song. And then they have to go perform it live. So that's what this is.
Which one do you not want?
Cha-cha.
I would be literally shitting my pants nervous.
Oh
There's the signature knee slide. Nice. She could have been, like, he could have held her a little bit more horizontal during that dip, but great job so far. Nice sharp footwork too.
Waste time with a masterpiece. Waste time with a masterpiece. You a real life.
Okay, a little bit of a flub up there. I can see that she's giving him the counts as well. She's like mouthing the counts to him there.
Fantasy, you a real life fantasy. Talk to me, baby.
It's crazy that they literally have like a couple minutes to just run this through with the music, maybe one time if they're lucky, before they go perform it. That's insane, especially for like an amateur dancer. You would definitely get a good taste of what it's like to actually be a pro dancer while being on the show though. Like they just throw you in so many crazy situations. Love that sexy ending. I'm just like, how did they choreograph it to make sure that his slide was like perfectly timed for them to meet up without him just like plowing her over? You know, that would be difficult, but he did a great job. That was so good. I bet you he's feeling so relieved to just be laying there dying, but you still got some more dances left tonight.
Robert and Whitney with their instant cha-cha!
Ariane Inabe.
10!
Derek Huff. 10! Bruno Tognoli. 10!
Not complaining, 30 out of 30, amazing, but why'd he get 30 out of 30 for this one and not for the Quickstep?
I really want to make him proud in this dance.
The winners of Dancing with the Stars, Robert and Whitney!
All right, the finale has officially aired and it is all over the internet. Robert won the season. Congratulations, Robert. If you've been watching my channel, did I call it from day one? Maybe I did. I saw the signs, opened up my eyes and saw the signs.
And I want to show how we're going to write our own story.
I'm so glad that he's chosen to honor his dad throughout this season, because I think that that's very sweet.
I wish you could see it. I really wish you could be here.
So Robert's really gonna step up to their level.
I was 1 count early, but we're taking some big risks.
I'm so excited. He's gonna be like the greatest showman. Like that's the kind of vibes that I'm waiting for. Like Zac Efron, Greatest Showman. I need to go watch that too. It's been a while.
And it's taking a big toll on the body.
Oh my gosh.
Puts the entire final dance at risk.
If the fish swam out of the ocean.
Oh my god, they're the ones that got the black and gold.
And 2 legs and they started walking.
This is like every single dancer's dream. I'm obsessed. I love the walking over his back.
They started talking, 'cause I don't want
I'm just like living vicariously through them. If you ever watch Dance Moms and you see like Holly and Jill in the audience watching Kendall and Mia, or Maddie watching anybody perform, that's literally me. Don't judge me.
I wanna be next to you. Black and gold, black.
Okay, I'm loving that they have an entire troupe of dancers with them. Song choice, 16 out of 10. Loving this staging right here. It's giving me 70s disco vibes, which completely fits the song. Okay, I love that. I love the canon of all the dancers. Like that. Wow. Okay, I'm loving it. It's giving Broadway. Not giving The Greatest Showman kind of vibes that I was expecting. Yet, it's giving a different kind of show. That's the moment that I was waiting for, that I saw in the rehearsals. I'm like, okay, and that just goes to show you she's marking in the rehearsals, because this was like 150%. Damn, the ballon, as we call it in ballet, the height while he's floating up there in his jumps.
He said one day you'll leave this world behind. I'll remember my father told me.
All of their lifts this entire season have been like mesmerizing. I'm wondering like who decides the partnerships, like which partner is going to go with which partner, because their partnering is literally perfect and he can just like whip Whitney around like nothing. This is so good. I'm loving it. I hate that he has a rib injury for the finale because he just feels like he's a hair slow, not just in this performance, but just for the finale performance. And you can tell that that's because of his rib injury, because he's always like 100% hard hitting. But either way, he's absolutely killing it for all of these performances. You know what movie he would have been perfect for if you're an Australian viewer? It's called The Deb. I need to see this movie. It's only coming out in select theaters, I guess, in Australia because of this big controversy with Rebel Wilson and the lawsuits between like the producers and the directors. But this is the vibe that he is giving me. Apparently The Deb is like about the debutante ball and the culture around that, and it's like over the top with high-end musical numbers. And like that would have been perfect for him. And it's only airing in Australia, so like target demographic. I'm gonna cry just from being emotional. He's so good. Okay, he doesn't need a Broadway show, you guys. This is his Broadway performance right here. If he wants a Broadway show, they'll give it to him. Robert Irwin, you are a superhero.
I'm gonna miss this new family I've created.
But let's see how they scored.
Let's get your scores.
Carrie Ann Inaba.
It's a 10!
10!
Of course.
All right, 30 out of
Could you give him any less than a perfect score on that bad boy?
your new champions.
All right, you guys. Well, this has been a wild journey reacting to Robert Irwin on Dancing with the Stars. But he absolutely slayed it the entire season long. Infectious, lovable, charismatic, charming, brilliant, handsome, husband material, golden retriever energy, like all of it. Amazing. But let me know your thoughts on Robert this season on Dancing with the Stars before we go. If you want to check out the Patreon, that will be in the pinned comment. And thank you to all of my patrons for supporting this channel. As always, make sure to be weird, be wild, and stay sparkly. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye, guys. Bye, guys.